Like I say, Kim Jong Un isn't actually the one in power. At least wasn't. It's actually some. There's some black guy that's standing with him. Standing with him. Actually, I think you can see them. Yeah. Uh, yeah, right here. You see that guy right there. See that black guy right there? And he'll have his force around. This black guy right here. And I didn't know either. It was told to me later on. But that black guy right there actually runs the country. And he's basically a piece of shit. He's also shit colored. But basically, he's a piece of shit. And you can see he doesn't look very happy. But this black guy right here, Shaquille O'Neal and some other black guy African warriors basically went over to Korea, my country, and basically took over the country. But this guy right here, they say, or some other black person actually controls the country, and basically most North Koreans actually don't have weapons. It's only a few North Koreans that have weapons, and it's actually and basically it's a puppet government basically for Africa. Some black piece of shit moved in there, like I say. Technically, it's my missile base, and he was German, and it was my missile base. Basically, this black piece of shit right here basically moved in to the country, and he's a piece of shit, and he's a opium addict or whatever. And basically, he goes around and has sex with all the women, and basically runs the country like his own little private little backyard. And nobody knows it though. At least I didn't know it for the longest time. Anyway, and he has like 8,000 of his "ooh yeah man" black other fucking pieces of shit with him, and they all have AK-47s, and they lived in the little farming area. Basically, some black pieces, some real black fucking pieces of shit, pretty much. Anyway, he runs the country, and you can see him lurking in every photo around in there until somebody shoots him in the head, which he should actually be shot in the head. Basically, they moved in there. Basically, they were in Africa, and pretty much they got kicked out of Africa by the other Africans. And basically, he's a real piece of shit. You know, he walks around like he owns the place. And pretty much they've had the whole place under what's it called? Yeah, if you notice, like, I mean, it's Lucifer Star City, but none of these people have weapons. These people don't have weapons, and basically that piece of shit right there, he has the guns, and he'll have his little black other pieces of shit hiding around the back. You know, they'll be like, yeah, life's good. Yeah, we got this whole place on lock. And basically, yeah. So basically, black pieces of shit moved into my base there because it's a giant military base basically, and that black piece of shit basically is running the country, and somebody needs to shoot him in the head. And basically, he's responsible for all of North Korea's problems, basically. Some other Chinese were eventually were going to do something about it because basically, you know, he's one of those people that they'll just be like, yeah, come here, bitch. Oh yeah, 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 and just like start fucking any girl on the street. They're complete shitheads. Anyway, and they just got guns. And they just run around basically raping and shooting or doing whatever they want, basically. And pretty much the Chinese, like, they get the opium and stuff like that and give it to him and his men. And then he goes and gives it to Africans or whatever. And that's how he's been controlling Africa and controls people, basically. And he won't give any opium to any of the Chinese, which is probably a good thing, really, because anyway, or something like that. So basically, yeah. So a bunch of his little piece of shit, other black people. Basically, black people are shit. Sorry to break it to you. They're liars and they're shit. And they've basically been doing this whole race war on the other races this entire time. And so, yeah, I mean, they'll be like some white guy told me about what was going on in North Korea, basically, and America was going to do something about it, pretty much, if the Chinese didn't, and somebody should do something about it, basically, but basically they'll be like like 8 or 9 other black pieces of shit like this guy. Like I say, you can see him lurking right there. You know, he wears a white shirt and he wears a black clothes and he's dresses real nice, like he owns the place. And you can see him in the background. And there'll be like 8 or 9 other black people, and they'll be like all dressed up really nice, just like with the shit. Yeah. Funky Town. Yeah, I'm just doing an impression basically of what's going on in Korea, North Korea. Anyway, yeah, and they're all high on methamphetamines and all kinds of stuff, and they'll be smoking in the background. Yeah, we got this shit on lock. Oh yeah, I got my lips. Oh, come here, babe. And that's basically the way they treat everyone in North Korea. Pretty much. Just like grab a girl and like all, you know, sticking their tongue down their throats. And basically, yeah, and then raping them. Anyway, nobody in Korea has any rights. No Koreans have any rights in North Korea. And basically it's just black shithead. Like I said, this black guy right here. Look at that, dude. I'm flicking your head. I'm flicking your head. Yeah, you're shit. Flicking your head, flicking your head. Yeah, you don't like that? You don't like people talking shit to you, do you? Yeah, he doesn't like it when anybody talks shit about him. Of course, he's shit colored, so hey, whatever. Anyway, he thinks he's really tough. Who's gonna nuke me? I think he tried. Yeah, fuck you. I need America. My name is Lucifer Star, so I'm probably the only person who could stand up to that guy. Anyway, him and the rest of his shit kind are in North Korea, and they basically took over my base. Pretty much, he was German, and then they went over there, went to go visit with like 3,000 other shitheads, friends, and they basically took over the country, took over my beautiful country. And I like Koreans, and I like Chinese, and it's basically the Koreans outnumber everyone there, so pretty much they just keep it a secret that it's actually that black shithead, and they have all the Chinese getting all the opium for them so they can which is probably cool because when they're drugged out they can't actually be raping any girls or killing anyone, which is what they do all the time. So, and that's pretty much why Korea was going downhill. Nobody knew that shithead and his shit kind were actually in Korea and were doing this shit. But basically, yeah. So, yeah, that's basically he was kicked out of Africa and he's running Africa from Korea. And that's basically what's going on in Korea. So, yeah, you know, he gets them to build stuff for him and make stuff for him. And he's basically just shithead in Korea. So, anyway, some Americans, some other people were going to go do something about him. And they're like, "Boo, we'll kill you." Anyway, and all that kind of stuff. And they basically been living large over there. On my money and my people. Basically treating them like slaves. And I wasn't too happy about it. Nor were a lot of other people. So, yeah. Plus, not to mention the everyday rape and all that other stuff that was going on in Korea. So, anyway, yeah. It's pretty bad over there. So, that's what's going on in Korea. In case you're ever wondering what happened in Korea. And why it was so bad. And basically, it's because they were growing too much opium and they were exporting too much food. They exported 90% of their stuff to make that person rich in another country and maintain this black on top mentality, Harlem Wolf. And basically try and support his African warriors inside of other countries. But like I said, I invented everything in Korea. And technically I'm actually their leader. So yeah, anyway, they're really a base of mine that was really old. So until shithead and this other black shit kind moved in there. Anyway, eventually someone will scrape them out, I'm sure. There's only about 3,000 of them, so it's not really that big of a deal. But anyway, and they go and live and do drugs and stuff up in there. So that's what's happening in Korea, North Korea.